Hello, Coastbuster fans. We're in pretty trying times right here. I'm in New York. I was on Long Island up until yesterday, and I decided I'm single. I live alone. I'm 69 years old, halfway to 70. This virus going around. I have to personally go into supermarkets to get my food and interact with other people to do all my chores. So I decided to evacuate, get away from everybody. So I have a cabin in the mountains, and here it is. And it's snowing at the moment. So I decided to stay here until I see exactly how this thing's going to play out. I know everybody, including yourselves, having similar problems. All we can do is hunker down and hope for the best and see if the government can get a hold of this. Personally, I think I have the cure. It's right over here on the counter. Seagram's VO. You have to take it with half 7-Up and half VO, and you take it 4 times a day. And alcohol kills any germs. So that's what I'm doing while I'm waiting out my time. But I got plenty to do up here. And that'll be that until I'm ready to find out if I'm going to go home or not. But this is home for right now. So good luck to everybody, and see you on the rebound. It's the next day, and overnight, it's melting pretty quick because it's like 40 degrees, but we got about 2 inches of snow yesterday. Didn't lose power up here though. One saving grace. Later. A couple of days ago I came back up to the house with the quad, and I got off, and I heard all this noise down here. I thought there was a flock of turkeys on the other side of the pond. I'm waiting for them to come up over the hill. And they never did, so I don't know where they went. They weren't turkeys, they were frogs. I'm sneaking up on my pond. The frogs are mating. This is going to be coitus interruptus if they see me. It's their mating calls. Noisy little bastards. I've never seen frog sex. Hope you guys are wearing condoms. You can see all the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I see like 14 of them. Pretty cool. Wonder how long this goes on for. It's the first time I've ever been up here this early in the year. It's March 27th, 2020. I escaped the coronavirus. There's nobody up here but me and the frogs. If anything, worst thing I could get is warts. That's where I just was. You probably hear the noise from here. Well, anyway, while I've got the time, doing some firewood. Might as well. I laid in a good store of wood last spring and fall, but it's March 27th. Usually the whole month of April up here, and month of May, it's cold here still, but it's been a really mild winter. Very little snow. Today it's like 60. It's beautiful out. So if I get some help up here, my buddy Phil's supposed to come up. We'll throw all this wood on the conveyor, get it up by the cabin up there. Figure while I'm here, I've got nothing but time on my hands, so might as well do this. Plenty of firewood. I mean, this is still March. It's like March 28th. And we're upstate New York. It's an unusually mild winter, I gotta say. It's like 45 degrees today. But there's a chance it's gonna get cold. My buddy was telling me it's supposed to snow next week, but I looked on the weather. I didn't see anything but like 45, 50 degrees. So we got a few more of these laying down back here. I'll cut them up. Well, in the continuing coronavirus saga, it's April 4th now, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let me keep them busy. I'll cut up this pile of wood and been splitting it. Great splitter. I already went through, at least half of what I had up there. It's been cold, but then it's been nice too. Today's like 60. It's beautiful. And I went and been working on the dozer, because we had, to start with, that was an opaque panel. It was like plexiglass that over the years got really faded out. So I put a piece of glass in there, and the fuel gauge and the oil pressure gauge were not working. So after doing testing with my meters, taking voltage and resistance tests, I determined that the fuel sending unit was bad. So before I came up here, actually when I went home from hunting season last year, I ordered a new fuel sending unit from CAT down on Long Island. And I also just took a guess, wasn't that expensive, so I bought an oil pressure sending unit. Turned out that wasn't the problem, because after I installed it, the gauge was doing the same thing. So after doing a lot of testing, like resistance and voltage, I determined all the wiring was perfect. What else could it be but the gauge? And I thought that was a gauge, like a cluster, instrument cluster, but they pop out separately, they plug in. Once you take it all apart, you just pop them out, and there's like 3 leads on the back, plugs right in. So I ordered a new one of them, put it in yesterday, works like a charm. So now not only can we see the gauges actually work. And the other two over there are water temperature and transmission temperature. So they're all in good shape. My next trick is I'm going to be working on my backhoe. That has a problem where it keeps losing power. So I've been on the bulldozer, the heavy equipment forums. Actually with this, I was able to get the electrical diagram from somebody. And on that, I've got some advice. They're saying it's a shitty gasket in the fuel filter. It's notorious. Napa filters do this all the time. You have to press the gasket up in there before you do it, and a lot of times when you're putting the filter in, it slips. And it leaves an air pocket, a little air leak. And you start losing fuel pressure, and the thing starts running. It feels like it's running on one cylinder. So that's my next trick, especially while it's nice and warm out. We've been pretty much staying away from people. Other than that, you know, up here, there's not much of a coronavirus population yet. But I've been noticing a lot of Jersey plates coming up. Especially this is the weekend. This is Saturday. There's fishing all over the reservoir, so people are in the stores. I mean, eventually you have to go to the store to get food. I try and buy a lot all at once, so we don't have to go too much. And doing things, you know, you have to end up at the hardware store and the gas station, getting fuel for the machines. But we're pretty safe about it. Me and my buddy Frank are the only ones here on the mountain. And we know where each other has been. Well, with a little luck, we'll skate through this whole thing. Later. Well, here's a little project I've been doing. See that little pipe there? It's only 1.5 inches, maybe an even 1.25 inches. Runs out that way. This well at the bottom of the house here used to just fill up, and the pipe was just enough to keep the overflow from going over the road. Well, the other day we had 2 inches of rain here, and the whole road, it just overflowed the whole road. So I got the backhoe running, and I'm putting the ditch right here. I'm going to put in this 4-inch pipe. I don't have any big pipe. It really doesn't need big pipe. Not a stream, but on a heavy rain it'll overflow. I'm going to put this pipe. I got this drainage pipe here. I got another piece in there. Should be enough. I'm going to measure it right now. See what I need. Starting to get warmer though. It's, what is it, April 16th today, I think. Nope, today's tax day, April 15th. But apparently we don't have to pay it this year till July. So you see how much water's flowing through this already, right? So I'm going to put these pipes in here, this pipe, and see if we can get this to not flood the road. Because all it does is make mud. See all this shit? It's all mud. Mud, mud, mud. I hate mud. Alright. We're getting there. I don't have the right couplings and stuff to put this together, so I'm just wrapping it with a rubber tube and in the tube and then duct tape around it. And I got a piece of flex pipe there. I'm going to duct tape that, do the same thing with the rubber in a tube, and drop it in the trench. And all I got to do is cover it up with a hoe. Alright, we're in the ditch. A little short down that end, but I can add more to it later. I'll just leave that hole a little bit open. And I got to cover it back up. Alright, we're at April 17th now. Been here, it'll be a month. Tomorrow, or Sunday I mean. Finally got that pipe in. I wrecked it on the first shot. Half of it was the flex pipe. And I grabbed it when I was back dragging it with the bulldozer, pulled it right out of the ground. So I went to town, I ran out of pipe. I've had so much pipe up here and I ran out. I had by two 10-foot sections, scheduled 44-inch PVC. And I dug it up where it broke. That was a bitch, especially it's all rock, using shovels and shit. I'd used to doze the backhoe for most of it. And then when I got close, I couldn't take damaging the other end, so dug it by hand, but it worked out good. It's all filled in now. And then we're going to wait for it to dry a little bit, because you could walk in there and lose your whole leg. So muddy. Right now we're going to be splitting some wood. Yeah, I'm making a food plot up there. That whole swath. I roughed it all up with the dozer, pulled out 4 stumps. All the rocks, there was one big rock there, you can see that down the bottom there. That's going up in Joe's field. Line the road with them. And then I'm going to put all this lime down. I did the soil test, it was 6. Clover likes to grow between 6 and 7. So I got 20 bags of slime, 2 bags of fertilizer, and a big bag of seed. And once that dries out, because I tried coming down the hill with the rotary spreader, it's a big one, had 150 pounds of fertile lime in it. It went great downhill, but when you turned around to go back up, the wheels just spun. In fact, I had to re-back drag the whole thing with the dozer to straighten it out. Made a mess. And that's what a bag of clover seed looks like. It's enough to do. I figure it's about maybe a half acre. Just the black part, maybe a quarter acre, I don't know. Better have it not need not have. So anyway, there's the clover seed. And I'm also going to try like 4 rows of corn. Butter and sugar sweet corn. So I'll try down near the bottom here. I got plenty of water down there. And it's always wet. Keep the corn nice and irrigated. And then we're supposed to get 3 to 7 inches of snow tonight. Believe that. It's April 17th, like I said. But anyway, this little Ryobi, I bought this many years ago. And for stuff like this, small stuff, it's great for splitting. It'll split just about anything. The harder ones, something like that, a piece of oak, it doesn't like to split. It'll just bind up on like a stump like that. And that one over there, that's why they're laying there. This one wouldn't split them. But Frank, I borrowed his splitter, a 23 ton. That pretty much splits anything. So we're going to add to the pile, because I've only got like 1 row left up there. And we still got I would think they're going to be burning even through mid-May. Alright, so I'll show you how this works. It's a cool little splitter. Let me set it up on a tripod. Alright, so this will take up to a 20 and a half inch log. As long as it's not solid oak. It doesn't like doing oak. But very quiet. Alright, right? Back by itself. Stop it with the little handle here. Good unit. I particularly don't care for Ryobi. Like when I was an electrical foreman, doing big jobs. Say I had 50 men. We'd go out and we'd buy like 25 Ryobi screw guns. Call them throwaways. They'd last maybe for the job and then they were shot. Not like a DeWalt. Anyway, this works good. Like I said, I got snow coming tomorrow. I want to get this off the ground. So I'll split this today. Okay, that's that. April 18th. Remember April 17th? Like yesterday? Well, look what I woke up to. Snowed like hell. It'll snow all day until around noon. That wood pile. Cold out, but that worked. Nice and warm in here. Later. Got deer standing right outside the door here. One right there. One down the bottom. Okay, we're going on a tour. sharpener came on. Well, bouncing around. Shit, bolt came loose on the rear rack. Move. As long as the rear rack is loose, I'll keep this on the front. It's not bouncing around. They're not the right boots for snow. Must have been deer. The only tracks here, they're pouring the ground looking for food. Or the acorns. Beautiful up here, like 55 degrees. Nice today, compared to yesterday. And that, the chainsaw fell off on the way up here. I'll pick it up on the way down. Camel time.